What a nice, beautiful day we have finally. Let's roll that intro. What's going on, YouTube, and how's it going today? All right, check the traffic, no traffic. Got that clutch out, got a little bit of gas, got a car coming behind it. So the question I wanted to ask today, is riding a motorcycle hard? Well, yes and no, I would say. It's not that hard to ride a motorcycle, but if you've got no coordination, you know, you're a bit of a clumsy type, then it might be a little harder for you. You know, you got lots of things that you got to deal with: traffic, cars, bumps, road conditions. You know, you got to shift gears. You got to pay attention to what's going on. Like, for instance, this corner right here. It's pretty rough, man. And if you come through here a little too quick, you know, you can get bucked off and thrown off all these little bumps and shit. You know, riding down the road is a great thing, but like I said, if you lack simple coordination, it can be quite hard for a person to ride a motorcycle. And motorcycling is great. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, you get out there and get on two wheels and have fun. But when it comes to things like this, simple little things like this, coming to a stop sign, making sure there's no traffic coming, letting that clutch out, giving a little bit of gas, and shifting that gear, pulling in the clutch, pull your foot up, put it into the next gear. For some people that can be hard because coordination, you know, like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time, or rubbing your head and patting your belly at the same time. You know, some people can do that, some people can't. You know, being prepared to come around corners like this, the right speed. It's not like driving a car. You get a whole different sensation of what's going on. That's the whole joy of riding a motorcycle, going through a corner like that and giving it gas. But it's not that hard, really. You just got to use some real common sense when you're riding a motorcycle. But there's all kinds of adverse conditions that could really mess that up for you if you know, like these bumps and holes right here. Like, that could really mess you up if you're not prepared for it. If you ride a little too quick. And these throttles, man, like on a bike like this throttle, it's got lots of power when I need it, right? Just get up and go, just like that, you know? Before you know it, you're speeding. But I tell you, getting on two wheels is a whole lot of fun. Your senses go on an overload, right, essentially. You know, your head's got to be on a swivel. You're constantly checking the road conditions. You're looking for things like gravel and stuff like that. Stuff you don't have to worry about in a car. Especially in a turn like this, you hit a little bit of gravel and that can mess you up for a real bad day. Then you get jackasses behind you who want to feel they need to ride your ass as well. Could mess you up for a real effed up day as well, too. Like a little bit of gravel right here. You know, it's a construction zone going on through here, so we're going to go through here. I don't know how much of this they've got opened up yet. But yeah, you have to have coordination. You know, you got to pull in your clutch over here, hit your turn signal to turn, pull in the clutch, gently hit your brake, slow yourself down. Ooh, road closed that way. Okay, I guess we can't go that way. We're not going that way. Put in the right gear so you don't stall yourself. Turn your blinker off again. Oh, that's all opened up now. A little bumpy here. Ugh. What are they doing anyways? Oh, detour this way. Okay. You know, you gotta let that clutch out a little bit, give a little bit of gas, but not too much, like your whiskey throttle, right? So it's really not that hard to ride a motorcycle. And on streets like this is if you've never ridden before, these are the perfect kind of roads to be riding on and practicing on, because you don't have traffic. They're just little neighborhood streets, nothing too fancy, you know. And If you want to ride a motorcycle, I suggest you do take your MSF course if you have that, or whatever kind of riding course you have. Pulling the clutch around the corner like so. Add some gas, let the clutch out. Hit your turn signal to turn right. Pulling the clutch. Make sure you're down in first gear. Apply your brakes. Come to a stop. Look both directions. And one of the things where I live, they suggest you look over your shoulder to make sure that there's no bicyclist coming up behind you before you make that right turn. Keep on the clutch, change gears. Now with this bike, it's got automatic blinkers that just turn off, so which is good. So that's one less thing you have to worry about, but not all bikes are like that. Self-canceling turn signals. So really, riding a motorcycle isn't that hard. It just takes a little bit of concentration and understanding of what you're doing. You know, never try to do a throttle blip like that until you got a little bit of experience. Do like I do, miss some speed bumps. You know, coming into a parking lot like this is where motorcycling can be hard because there's so much fucking going on. Pulling your clutch so you're not all puck and stalling your bike out. Pull up my visor so I can see a little bit better because my dark visor is starting to get a little beat up. Oh, look at that. Now this is what I like to do because that speed bump's really tall. My bike bottoms out on it. Pull through here. Make sure there's no traffic. Alright, pull up to my stop. Perfect, right here. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the store for a sec, so we'll get back at it.
A few moments later.
Alright, hit that magic button. Hell yeah. Okay, so back to what I was saying about parking lots and coordination. You know, paying attention to what's going on while you're riding a motorcycle. See, your line of sight's like a car, you're a little bit lower and shit. Riding a motorcycle though is not that much harder than driving a car. Like, you just gotta have good coordination and, you know, a little bit of patience. I bottomed out on that one. I hate that speed bump. You know, just pay attention to your surroundings. You know, in a way, it's kind of like driving a standard car. Pull in the clutch, let the clutch out, let it out slow. You know, you should be good to go. So now that's where you can stall a bike real easy, is right there. Letting the clutch out to get out into traffic, do what you want to do. It's like riding a bike essentially, but they're, you know, instead of pedaling, your pedal is your right hand. Hit your brake or your blinker, drop a gear. Don't really need to do that, but that's what I do. You know, cars are coming whipping around this corner. There's gravel and dirt on the road. Just make it turn gradual. A little bit of gas. Shift gears. A little bit of brake. Drop a gear. Make your turn. Look where you're going through your turns. You know. Hit your left thumb. Make your turn. Make sure there's no traffic. Pull in that clutch. Watch the gravel on the road. Watch that little white line. Go through here. Pull in the clutch. A little bit of brake. Boom, boom. Let the clutch out slowly. Pull in that clutch. Hit the brake. Now drop it down into first gear. Now you'll notice right here in front of me, you got lots of dirt and gravel. You got a pothole sitting right there. You got traffic coming up. You got traffic coming this way. It's a four-way stop. You know, pull out slowly. Don't let the bike stall. See, you got a car coming this way. See, in a car, this wouldn't be so bad, but on a bike, this is a little bit different. See, through the bump. Oh, let that clutch out. Hit the right thumb to turn right. Pull in that clutch. Hit your brakes. Sit and wait. Wave this person on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let that clutch out. Now see, that's where you can stall a bike real easy. A lot of people don't realize this. On a motorcycle, you're using your front brake, or you can have your foot on your rear brake, is what they teach you in school. Let that clutch out. As soon as you feel it grab, take your foot off the brake, give it a bit of gas and go. I'm experienced enough now that I can use my front brake. I don't need to use my rear brake. Go through your turn, make sure there's no gravel. Just let the bike do its thing. Touch the rear brake a little bit, slow yourself down so you're in control. If you grab a whole lot of front brake, you can go down real fast. Not a motorcyclist. Drop 2 fingers, hope to get 2 fingers back. You don't always get that, but one of those kind of riders, they usually give you 2 fingers back. So you drop them first, you'll also like to throw them back. Them guys on the fancy baggers, they don't like to do that so much. Check your mirrors, make sure you got no traffic coming up behind you. Because you're approaching the school zone, mind your school's out, but there's a speed bump right here. So make sure nobody's coming up your bum, trying to push you to go faster. Now here's a corner, prime example, lots of gravel and stuff. As you can see off to the side here, you know, you just want to make sure that you're visually aware of those things while you're making your turn. Pull in your clutch, a little bit of brake, let the bike ride up and over. Let the clutch out, give it some gas. Perfect. Now that's not how I would ride that, but if you're a new rider, that's kind of how you want to do things, right? A little bit of rear brake, a little bit of front brake. Turn in. You can see there's some gravel on the side of the road. Got to be aware of that. Now this is the fun part for me. I love this part. Climbing up that hill. So it does take a bit of coordination. You know, you're using your right hand, left hand, your right hand. You know, hit that blinker. Most blinkers are on your left side. Pull on your brakes and stuff. Go down in the first gear. So no traffic, let that clutch out. I like to go this way because it's fun. Climb the hill. Some nice houses through here. Then we've got some shitholes like this. But motorcycling can be fun. Bottom line is it can be fun. It's not that hard. You just got to focus. Your head has to be on a swivel. And whenever on the bike, you have to anticipate, you know, everything. People can't see you. You have to be aware of that. So you always have to make sure that you understand and you're seeing everything before it happens. You're mapping it all out. Drop her down in the first gear, pulling the clutch, come to a stop. See, we got 2 cars coming. Check your mirrors, make sure no one's coming up behind you. Oh, we got 3 cars coming. Check your mirrors again, no one's behind you. Oh, check over your shoulder, make sure there's no bicyclists coming. Alright, take off. Let that clutch out, give it some gas. Pull the clutch in, gear up, let the clutch out, and there you go. So yeah, motorcycle is not that hard. It's a lot of fun. And I recommend if you don't have a motorcycle's license and you want to get one, get one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to keep this one nice and short. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Mash all over that like button if you like this. Stay dive on the subscribe button. And we'll slay her another time. Cue the music.